This is the German Touring Car Masters. Today, the 9th event of the season, coming to you from the coast of the Netherlands, near Zandvoort, a vacation village where thousands of fans come each year to watch the German Touring Car Masters. This is Bernd Schneider, looking for another title in the series, but when he went on the course, he didn't have luck in qualifying. In fact, he'll have one of his worst qualifying starts of the season. He qualified 13th, way back in the pack. Norbert Haug and the Mercedes crew looking at that one in disbelief. But this young man, a Dutchman, Christian Albers, 24 years old, second in the points race, and a good shot at the title. And here in the Netherlands, he qualifies up front.
Hopefully tomorrow I will have a good race and a good start, and I definitely need it because last race in A1 ring was really tough for me, and I had some bad luck there, so hopefully tomorrow will be everything okay.
But the great day belonged to this man, Timo Scheider. He's had a tough year. He's looking for his first victory. 24 years old, one of the young drivers in the series. And here, he brings Opel its very first pole position. His very first pole position, and the first pole position for Opel in almost a year. Timo Scheider makes a great day for Opel. Volker Stritzik, a happy man.
Yeah, the normal qualifying for me was okay. It was not a special lap, but the lap was okay. I was in 5th position, so for me it was okay. But I know also that I can do a better one. Yeah, so I said to my engineer, it works better maybe. Yeah, and I tried. And yeah, the single qualifying was perfect for me. My lap was without any mistake, and yeah, it's enough.
Here is another driver that has had his share of problems, Martin Tomczyk. He's fallen out of races. He's had accidents. It's just been one of those years for this young driver. But here in the Netherlands, he qualifies second. The lap was very good for me. I didn't drive on the limit, but still very quick. I finished the lap well and qualified second, which naturally makes me very happy, and I'm the best Audi besides. And another Opel qualifies in the top 5, Alain Menu. What a great day for Opel. Dunlop and Sports Built came together for a good cause, a charity tire change contest with Opel drivers and the Dunlop team, including soccer star Tony Polster. And Polster was impressed with the series.
It's really nice here, and I was sitting in a car, and it's incredible. And I like it very much, and so I hope I can see one of the next races.
There was naturally a celebration and a podium celebration, but that was really not as important since this was a charity contest. Summer, the sunny beach, and vacation. That's Zandvoort, a beautiful vacation spot in the Netherlands. Thousands of visitors come each year in order to enjoy themselves. The beaches are always filled, and so is the old part of the city. And there are all types of water sports in Zandvoort. But Zandvoort isn't just known as a vacation area. Once a year, the German Touring Car Masters pays it a visit. The course is right next to the beach. There's a special flair for the drivers and the fans. Racing in the vacation atmosphere that only happens in Zandvoort. And some 62,000 fans are on hand for some exciting racing for the championship. These fans naturally follow their hometown hero, Christian Albers, one of those fighting for the title. This, the 9th weekend of the German Touring Car Masters. Bernd Schneider is once again challenging for the driver's title. A title battle without him seems unthinkable. He's driven all types of cars. He's been in almost all the major series and has won in almost all of them. His career began in 1991 as a Mercedes factory driver. It's a major success story. In 1995, he won his first title in the German Touring Car Masters. Two years later, he won the FIA GT Championship. And he went on to win two further touring car titles in 2000 and 2001. Bernd Schneider is a success story. His strength comes from his family, living in Monte Carlo. The family is the most important thing you have. They are there at the right moment for support, which you need. There are sunny times, but there are also phases in which you really don't succeed as well as you thought you would. And then you need their support and some good advice. Then it's good to have a family which stands behind you, maybe gives you a tip which helps you in the future. It's happened a couple of times for me. His professional life is quite familiar. His relationship with Mercedes is more than just motorsports. What ties me most to Mercedes is a friendship with Norbert Haug. We've known each other yet for some 20 years. He's not only my boss, but he's also someone I can trust when things don't go well. But Schneider also has his weaknesses, mainly in golf. I believe that my enthusiasm gets in the way of my golf game. But there are other weaknesses. I can be very stubborn, and when I think I'm right, but then maybe not right at all. There are others, but I really concentrate on my strengths. He originally learned to work with steel and cement construction, that because of his parents. Even when he did do that, he knew his future was in motorsports. I believe you don't really decide, but the way is laid out for you. I was crazy about cars at 3, and I drove my father so crazy that he bought me a go-kart at 5. That wasn't a decision, that was in my blood. And that continues today. Generally, I'm satisfied when I get the most out of something, when I know the team, the car, and I have given our utmost. It may have been only worth 5th place, but I'm happy with 5th then. His goals are naturally much higher, as this season shows. Time to go racing. And just before we do that, there's a traditional driver's parade for all the fans. A chance to see their drivers without the helmets, almost up close and personal. The field is ready to go. It promises to be a great race. The first 4 drivers are between 21 and 24 years of age. There's your pole sitter right there, Timo Scheider. 3 drivers are in the points race right now. Bernd Schneider leads with a 3-point margin over Christian Albers, 9 over Marcel Fessler. There's a look at the course, built in the dunes on the beach at Zandvoort. It's a very tough course because the sand will blow on the course and make traction difficult. Here's the lineup. As you saw, Timo Scheider and Martin Tomczyk leading the pack here in Zandvoort. In the next row, Christian Albers, one of those we talked about running in the points race, and Matthias Ekstrom, one of the fine young drivers for Audi. Alain Menu in another of the Opals with a good starting position. Marcel Fessler, the third man battling for the title in the championship. Manuel Reuter up in 7th place in an Opal. Along next to him is Dumbrack. Peter Dumbrack, another of the top drivers, this one from England. Jerome Bleekemolen is in 9th place, and Christian Abt is in 10th. And then come some surprises. Jean Alesi, who normally is up in the top 10, starting at 11th. Carl Wendlinger is in 12th. And back in 13th, there he is, your points leader, Bernd Schneider, and Laurent Aiello next to him, 2 of the favorites having bad qualifying sessions. Then comes Jaeger and Profit. Now, Gary Profit has put on a great performance over the last couple of races. It'll be interesting to see if he can continue that upward spiral that he happens to be in. Mylander and Winkelhock back in the 17th and 18th positions. And then in the 19th and 20th slots, Mücke and Kanishi. Kanishi, the Japanese driver, in his first season in the German Touring Car Masters. And in the last starting position, Peter Terting, the young Audi driver. So there's the field set to go. 21 cars. Scheider is on the right. Tomczyk left. Tomczyk stalls. Tomczyk stalled his cars. There goes a good qualifying position. Ekstrom got by him but drops way back in the pack. So as they head into the first right-hander, it's Timo Scheider in front. It looks like Albers is running in second position as the cars sort themselves out. They do. Reuter is in third or fourth, depending how they get through that corner. He and Bleekemolen are battling for that position. But the bad days continue for Martin Tomczyk. It was clearly my mistake. I stalled the motor at the start. I underestimated the grip level because we generally have only a little grip. Well, but then I gave it too little gas. I was too early with the clutch and it stalled. I finally started and then I lost 10 places. Timo Scheider, your leader, the young Opel driver trying to bring his manufacturer to the front for the first time in a long time. Albers second, Reuter in an Opel third, Menu in an Opel in fourth, and Bleekemolen in an Opel fifth, and Ekstrom is right behind him, so the Opels are doing well. Bernd Schneider, who started 13th, is now up into 9th position. You know he's going to charge to the front. He's got the point lead, a 3-point margin over Christian Albers. Albers is way ahead of him here. Schneider has to hope he can get as far front as possible so that he's in a good position when they go to the final race at Hockenheim. But right now, they got to get through this one. And this is one of the bumpier parts of the courses here in the dunes of Zandvoort, the 9th race of the season in the German Touring Car Masters. Out in the back section of the course, into a very long straightaway, which leads to a very sharp chicane, the scene of plenty of action in the past. The cars are strung out. There is Manuel Reuter, Menu right behind him, then comes Bleekemolen, and behind him is Marcel Fessler. Bleekemolen, another of the young drivers in the German Touring Car Masters. This is his home racetrack, as it is for Christian Albers. And he has shown that he's willing to take advantage of it, that's for sure. This is the first time that he has run this far up front in the beginning of the race. Peter Dumbrach, who was running so quickly over the past couple of races, is way back in 8th place. Unusual for the Scotsman. 62,000 fans on hand this weekend for the German Touring Car Masters. It's become a very popular series in the Netherlands, thanks to the young drivers that we've talked about already. Christian Albers in particularly going for the title. And Albers, the story of the year. At the last moment, he was put in a factory car before he was set to drive in one of the teams that will have a year-old car. Uwe Alsen was not going to drive the car at the last moment for Mercedes. Christian Albers moved up, and so far he's got 3 victories this season. What a great performance for him. And what great advertising for the series. This young set of drivers in the field doing extremely well. A reminder that the series, the race, these drivers have to go 2 times into the pits. They have to change tires each time. They do not have to add gas if it's not necessary, but they always do. And they cannot go in the pits until lap 6. And the pits certainly can make a difference, but where they've made the difference is the fact that the drivers in the back have been able to make up time in the pits, getting out of traffic, getting a clear track, and been able to make up some time. We have to wait and see what the Bernd Schneider crew has decided. There's the battle between Menu and Reuter. And Alain Menu gets by him. These are two Opel drivers going at it. Volker Stritzik kind of held his breath there for a moment. Stritzik, the team manager for the Opel team. It's been a long time since this many Opels have been up front. Great shot of the bumpy parts of the course here in Zandvoort. Up front, Schneider and Albers are running away, and there they are. And you can see they've got a good start on the rest of the field. Two of the top young drivers in the series. And then come the veterans, Alain Menu, Manuel Reuter, then a young driver, Blika Molen. Another of the young drivers, Marcel Fessler. What a great mix. There's the start. Tomczyk stalled. Ekstrom was lucky he didn't hit him. Tomczyk loses all those positions. Ekstrom, who had qualified well, is also way back in the pack. You can see that Ekstrom finally got by him, but that it ruined the start for that whole right side pretty much. Everyone got through that first corner very well. Zandvoort, one of the courses that still has the gravel pit, so if you go off here, you can get yourself locked in. And there's the Opel crew. Boy, are they happy they're out in front. That was at the start of the race. But the battle here right now is an Opel battle. Up front, Christian Albers, a little bit of space between himself and Timo Scheider, but then comes Menu, then comes Reuter, Blika Molen, Fessler. It's a tight battle for the Opels. It's taken a long time for the Opel crew to get this far, but they are there. Bernd Schneider continues to roll, but he's got a long haul ahead of him. Right there in front of him is Peter Dumbrecht. The Scotsman is not that easy to get by, but we're early. Way early in the race yet. Schneider has come from as far back as 20th to win a race. So nothing can be put past him. He is a charger. He never gives up. And he will run to get up in front. He only knows he wants to win. And the titles in the series certainly show that it's paid off for him. 3 titles to his credit. He's looking for a 4th. But this is going to be a tough year no matter what happens, particularly since he's having to fight back here in the next to last race just to keep it competitive going into the last race of the season. Meanwhile, Timo Scheider and Christian Albers continue to pull away from the field. Menu has some space. As the field is sorting itself out, we're coming up to the lap that will allow everybody to start the pit. It'll be interesting to see who comes into the pits early. They're the ones that are going to say, okay, we're a little bit too far back. Let's get the pits out of the way and see if we can't make up time on the track when everybody else goes in. Particularly of interest here will be the leaders and also Bernd Schneider back in the 9th slot. Reuter, Blika Molen. The Audis right behind Bernd Schneider. The real problem here is if the wind comes up and blows the sand onto the track anywhere along here, the cars lose grip, and that definitely had a fact in qualifying. Average speed around this course is about 99 to 100 miles an hour. Top speed along the straight, 154 miles an hour. There's that chicane that can always be exciting. They come out of that chicane and set up for a long, expanded right-hander toward the start-finish line. Here you have a great view of the dunes and the Zandvoort course. 9th stop of the season in the German Touring Car Masters. Timo Scheider is coming into the pits. Timo Scheider coming into the pits. Team goes to work. And we're off. Great stop, 6 seconds. He'll drop back in the pack, but he's got his first pit stop out of the way. Now the others are starting to come in. including Bernd Schneider. So now it's going to be interesting to see. Christian Albers is going to have to come sailing in to get his pit stop done and see where he comes out. He had a good margin on Bernd Schneider running in second place. The question is going to be, where is he going to come back in? The next set of pit stops should be coming up here very, very shortly. There is Albers. He is out in front. Christian Albers, your leader, and Kanishi has gone off the course. Kanishi has gone off the course. Let's see what happened here. Oh, it was his mistake. Depends now is whether they're going to bring out the pace car or not. He may be far enough off the circuit that they won't have to do it. Here comes Christian Albers into the pits. He led, but now he's going to have to get in and out and hope he can hold position, at least come out maybe in front of Timo Scheider, or at least close right behind him. Let's see what happens. He's a teammate of Bernd Schneider, so he's way at the end of the pit lane. Here we go. Whoa, what a great stop. Great stop for Christian Albers. And he comes out right behind Timo Scheider. Peter Dumbreck coming out. Whoa, and the two cars came together there. Look at that. Two cars bumped a little bit going into the pit lane. And they got a problem here with this one. Now they're off. It is Martin Tomczyk. Can you believe it? They have a tough start, and here it came in. Tomczyk was coming in, and look at that. Dumbreck was going out. They were lucky they didn't collide seriously here. Take another look at it from behind. This is a very narrow pit lane, but somebody gave them some wrong messages going out, that's for sure. The rest of the field should be coming in here shortly for their first set of pit stops here in the 9th race of the season in the German Touring Car Masters, coming to you from Zandvoort, the Netherlands, right next to the beach in the dunes. Right now your leader is Aiello, but he probably will be coming in shortly. Meanwhile, Bleekemolen comes in, and so does Fessler. They've been running back-to-back here. Let's see who gets out first. Good stop for Bleekemolen. No, he's not out. This is long. This is too long. Bleekemolen could lose position here. That's a lazy that came in, and a lazy got out before he did. Bernd Schneider comes by as he passes Manuel Reuter. So Schneider continues to roll. As Christian Abt in the Audi went off the course there for a moment. That Audi right there. So Aiello is still out in front. Ekstrom is running now in second place. Winkelhock is third, but as you can see, they have not made their pit stops as yet. Something happened to the Jaeger car there, but not sure what. That was the one being pushed. Bernd Schneider continues to roll, but he is trying to move up in the pack, and he will. He's a very, very tough man to bring down, and right now, he knows he has to get up as far front as possible. There's Aiello. There is Ekstrom. Here is Christian Albers, and look at that, right on the back bumper of Timo Scheider. They will take over the leaderboard as soon as all the pits have been completed. But right now, they're sitting back in the pack, working their way front as the pits take place. And look at this. Ekstrom is heading into the pits. Matthias Ekstrom, who was unfortunate enough to be behind Tomczyk when he stalled, is in. Also coming in, Laurent Aiello, the defending champion. They got a problem. Somewhere they've got a problem on the Aiello car. The change on that back tire. They still have, now they've got it. That was costly. Aiello will drop way back in the pack. And this has been a tough weekend for him. Some tough qualifying and now this in the pits.
Unfortunately, in the first pit stop, we've got a problem with one wheel. The clutch was sticking, and then the wheel was still running, and it was not possible for the mechanic to put the left rear wheel. So we've lost a bit of time there, and in the second pit stop, I had a contact with another car, which didn't help also. But nevertheless, the car was. As I said, the car was fast, and it's just a shame that we were not again on the right situation.
Back in the pack just a little bit here is Peter Terting. He has not pitted, so he can hold position here. Menu is trying to get by him. Alain Menu would like to get by him, but he can't. Terting is not pitted, therefore he has no reason to let somebody by. Oh, and he bumped Menu. Menu tried to come in, Terting bumped him in the back, Menu is off. And now Bernd Schneider pulls up behind him. Menu, oh, and he comes off and the hood on the car is damaged. Menu's going to have to head to the pits. That probably will take him out of it. Oh, and the back also is gone. Alain Menu, a tough break for him. And now Bernd Schneider is going to have to get by Terting. Take another look at Terting is in position. Menu seemed to be by, but did not have the correct position necessarily. So, Menu gets tapped and goes off. Here's a look at it from the Bernd Schneider point of view. He was lucky to get through as Menu goes off.
I think Terting is not. I don't know what he was doing basically. Okay, I know he was in third place because he had not pitted, but at the end of the day, I mean, he was blocking so much that Bernd Schneider took 3 seconds out of me in 3 corners, I think. And then Terting made a mistake going into corner 2. He ran wide. He was in the marble. He was on the loose part of the track, and he had lost the corner. And basically, I had overtaken him, and then he tried to get me back somehow. I mean, the guy is just really, he was out of his place today, and I'm very, very angry with him, and it's very sad for Opel because it was going really well.
And Terting now has Matthias Ekstrom behind him. So the young driver made a mistake on his own here, and he goes off. Terting goes off.
That
was tight. Bernd Schneider behind me in an Opel. I think it was Timo Scheider, and then also Ekstrom. I let them partially pass in the chicane because they were faster than my car. I got into the sand, and I spun, and then I had to start all over again. And coming into the pits right now, Christian Albers, as we're coming up on lap number 20. Albers wants to get the second one out away, get this done, and then see if he can pull out and get ahead of Timo Scheider. Here he comes. This is his last pit stop. It needs to go well to get in and out. Oh, was he fast. They've had some great pit stops in the Mercedes crew for Christian Albers. Boy, his crew's put on a great performance here. So now the rest of the field still is going to have to make its pit stops. This is Wendlinger here. And this right here is Ekstrom. Ekstrom is pitted and comes back out. We haven't seen much from the Audis today with the exception of Ekstrom. Fessler and Bleekemolen get by Winkelhock. This is a battle back in the pack. So Scheider and Snyder both have to make their second pit stop. Look at that. Christian Albers has made his with a good chance here to possibly take the lead. If not that, at least to stay in second place. It all depends upon how far this man is out in front and how quick his crew is at getting him in and out. Timo Scheider, your leader, looking for his first victory ever in the German Touring Car Masters. When is he going to pit? He's going to pit right now. This is the deciding factor as far as the pits are concerned. Timo Scheider heads into the pits. The Opel crew is waiting. Here we go. The tires are on. The tire's not set. That front tire doesn't look like it was set. Here comes Bernd Schneider. And something's happened to Scheider's. Timo Scheider has pulled off, and that right front tire was not set. You could see it when they came out. That tire was not set.
It's unbelievable to lead the race 21 laps, and you come in for the second stop, and and then the mistake in the front right. So okay, it was a mistake of a mechanic, but I never would like to say it was a mistake of the crew. It was a mistake for sure, but I don't want to say it's a problem or the mistake from the team. We have to say, okay, we have the pole position. We had 21 laps lead, and that's under the line the best thing this weekend. But for sure, it's disappointing for everybody, and we will see. We have one chance more in Hockenheim, and we will see what's going on there.
More problems in the pits. The cars bump again, getting very tight. Jaeger is bumped by a yellow right there. The narrow pits make it difficult here. Here we go. We take another look at it. Oh, right at the beginning. Someone was not watching. And watch the Mercedes crew reaction to all of this. Normally it shouldn't happen. That's why the lollipop man is there, so that it doesn't happen. The problem here, the pits are very, very narrow. The stops are getting quicker and quicker. There's a lot of pressure on the mechanics and also on the lollipop man to get the driver out quickly. And this is not the first time something like this has happened. It happened 2 years ago. It shouldn't happen, and it's tough to blame someone on this one. Matthias Ekstrom. You're riding with him in Zandvoort. He is battling right now with Manuel Reuter. And this is the battle for third place. Manuel Reuter carrying the honor now of Opel. The Audi crew can't be too happy with today's performance. Things have not gone well for them. Ekstrom is their one banner carrier today, running in fourth place, having to battle Manuel Reuter as the laps count down. Ekstrom has won on this course. In fact, he won it here last year. It's a very important race for Reuter and for Opel. A third place would be wonderful. After all the disappointments with the pole and then the tire problem for Timo Scheider, and then the bumping on Alain Menu, which sent him out. Manuel Reuter right there in the Opel in front of Matthias Ekstrom. The Opel honor is on his shoulder right now. Ekstrom knows this course well. The Audi does well as the race wears on. The question is going to be the tire and the grip. Who has preserved the tires the best? And whose car will hold up? The Opel crew, keeping their fingers crossed that Reuter can hold on. Christian Albers is way out in front. That's why we're showing you this battle right now for third and fourth place. Albers is way out in front, and that is Steven Mücker going off the course. Right there is your leader, Christian Albers. The car behind him is a lapped car. Bernd Schneider is running now in second place after qualifying 13th. He is up in second. If they hold those positions, first and second, Schneider will have a 1-point lead going into the final race of the season at Hockenheim. This is another battle here for Opel Honors. Bleekemolen, along with Marcel Fessler. The Opel crew keeping their fingers crossed. It's been an up and down day for them. Bleekemolen running in 6th, Fessler in 7th. It'd be a great day for Bleekemolen. It'd be his first points this season. Ekstrom now trying to make the move on Reuter. He is running faster at this point, but this is a very narrow course. It's a very difficult place to pass. And Reuter can make things tough, particularly now when he knows he's holding the honor of Opel. What can you say? The faces of the Opel crew just about takes care of it. Here we go again. This is Ekstrom trying to get inside here. He can't quite do it. Gets very, very close. Might have been a tap there, but nothing serious. Reuter is going to be tough to pass no matter what happens. There's Bleekemolen being chased by Fessler. There you get a look at him right at work on a Sunday afternoon in Zandvoort, the Netherlands. Bleekemolen, one of the fine young drivers coming up in the series, certainly would like to do well here. His best finish to date was an 11th place in Italy. So he is now moving up the ladder very, very quickly, running in 6th, but he has Marcel Fessler right behind him. Oh, and look at this. Ekstrom almost by Reuter. Not quite, but almost. Heading into the chicane. Here we go. Ekstrom. Reuter tries to cut him off. They go in the dirt. Ekstrom gets by. Ekstrom got by, but there was some serious bumping going into the corner. Disappointment on the Opel crew. And you can see some of the damage in the car. Here's what happened. Let's take another look at it. Ekstrom's inside. Reuter drives in and cuts him off. It does not work. Ekstrom gets by. Reuter's car is damaged. Here's another look at it. Ekstrom played it very, very smart. He got in position. They bump early. This is racing where both drivers want positions. Look at this. And Reuter really cut him off. Whoa, Reuter drove him in there, and it didn't work. Ekstrom held on. Here you get it from Ekstrom's view. You can see Reuter cut in. Ekstrom into the door, holds him off, and takes over 3rd position. Jean Alesi, who we said also had a bad day qualifying in 11th, is running right now in 5th position. We'll get back up to the leaders in just a moment, but here's the Bleekemolen-Fessler battle. Opel hopes that he can hold on at least in this battle for 6th. Bleekemolen, his freshman year. Fessler has been in the series now for a couple of years in a factory Mercedes. But right now, he's not been able to get by the young Dutch driver. The laps are counting down. "32 laps complete of 36. And Fessler cannot close the gap. He cannot close the gap at all, in fact, right now. So this battle for 6th and 7th is still tight. Fessler does seem to close the gap on the long straightaway a little bit. But then when they get into the corners, the Opel seems to do a little bit better. Bleekemolen, good look at him at work here in Zandvoort. He's got a mirror full of Marcel Fessler in his Mercedes. It's a great test for the young driver from the Netherlands, looking for his best finish yet in the German Touring Car Masters in a day full of surprises. Timo Scheider losing the lead, and now the officials are giving a warning to Manuel Reuter. I don't think we can understand the whole thing. It's really comical. You know, we want to make the series exciting. Ekstrom and Reuter really were battling. They both wanted third place and the podium. It was a fair battle, and it was a fair exchange. But right now, there is the man out in front, Christian Albers. As things stand, he is in front with Bernd Schneider second. He has about a 7-second lead on Bernd Schneider, so he should be able to drive this one home. If he does, he'll pick up 2 points on Schneider, which means he'll go in 1 point behind Bernd Schneider the final race weekend in Hockenheim. There you see the damage to the Manuel Reuter car after his battle with Matthias Ekstrom for third place. Ekstrom has not been able to pull away from him, and on the other hand, Reuter has not been able to really make up ground and put on any kind of attack. So the Opel crew had a great start to the day, a lot of pluses today, but just that little bit of luck that they need to get the victory and to get more than one driver on the podium, that's still not quite there. It will come, but it's not there. Jerome Bleekemolen battling still with Marcel Fessler. Volker Stritzik there. Alain Menu on the right in the blue cap. Right now, this is the one battle remaining on the track, and it's the battle for sixth place. Fessler, with a couple of years more experience in the factory Mercedes. Bleekemolen driving on his home course. He knows it as well as anybody can. This is where he learned to race. And he's using that knowledge to his advantage. But can he hang on? That's the question. Fessler wants to see if he can at least pick up some more points to stay in a mathematical chance to win the title. He came into the race in third place, 9 points behind. Albers. And there is Bernd Schneider. That, the Mercedes crew. 2 laps to go. Christian Albers has proven that once he gets out in front, he knows how to hold the lead with absolutely no problem. This will be his 4th victory of the season. He'll be the winningest driver in the series, and yet still second in the points. The big difference was a 7th place finish. The one time that he did not finish in the top 5 is the difference in the points at this time. And that race is something that you probably remember. That was the Euro Speedway in Lausitz Ring. He'll not forget it. A 7th place finish. That was the one that probably have kept this race so tight as it was. If he had continued to race the way he was, even with Bernd Schneider winning that race, who knows? Titles, point race could be totally different right now. But it makes certainly for a great finish here in the German Touring Car Masters. Going off the course, Stefan Mücke, another of the young drivers in the field. Jean Alesi, right now, battling Manuel Reuter. Back in the pack, Marcel Fessler has gotten by Bleekemolen. Another look from Alain Menu and Volker Stritzik. Jean Alesi putting the pressure on Manuel Reuter. That's the battle for 4th place. And we're in the last lap. It will be tough for a lazy to get by. Reuter has proven he's a tough man to pass. But right now, the day belongs to this young driver from the Netherlands, Christian Albers. What a great season he has had. He's in the back section of the course, headed toward the start-finish line, and his 4th victory this season. An amazing season for him. At Hockenheim, he was 5th. He won in Italy, won at the Nürburgring, 7th at the Euro Speedway. He won at the Norris Ring, 5th at Donington, 2nd at the second race at Nürburgring. In Austria, he was 3rd, and now he is back out in front, headed for his 4th victory this season. What a great performance for the young 24-year-old driver. One of the future drivers to make a name for himself now in the German Touring Car Masters. The fans are cheering like mad. The crew is waiting for him to come by. Volker Stritzik waiting for Manuel Reuter. Here he comes. Christian Albers wins on his home track before 62,000 fans. A great day for the young driver.
I think it was a great season and our team did a great job. We go to Hockenheim now with 2 drivers, Bernd Schneider and Christian Albers, just 1 point apart from each other. I think we're going to have a great race in Hockenheim and I'm looking forward to it.
Here's how they finished. Ekstrom would come in 3rd. Reuter did finish 4th. Bleekemolen was in 7th. And look at that. Wendlinger comes up into 8th. Not bad for them. It's an improvement. Gary Poppett in 12th, another of the up-and-coming young drivers, as is Matthias Ekstrom.
Yeah, first of all, I had a really disastrous start. I think the car did not move 1 meter, and I lifted the clutch, and I had so much more grip than I expected, and I stalled the engine, started, and I kept running, and the first stint was really bad. I just tried to stay behind and keep cool and not to make any silly mistakes. And after the first pit stop, which the guys did very well, I started to feel quite confident, and the car also felt good. And at the end of the first stint, I passed Sean Alesi, and I got a lot of vibrations, and we made a little bit earlier pit stop because of that. And after the second pit stop, I had a really good car and pushed everything to catch Manuel Reuter. And 5-6 laps from the end, I was close enough, and it was a very tough maneuver going into the chicane, but in the end I came out first, and I'm very happy for that I could give my team a 3rd place after my bad start, and they have done a brilliant job with pit stop and everything else.
There's the points race. It's down to Bernd Schneider and Christian Albers at Hockenheim. 1 point separate them, but Bernd Schneider still is in charge.
It was very important, especially after bad qualifying 13. I was not expecting finish 2nd, but thank you for my team for a good strategy, and pit stops was therefore that I could get up in 2nd place.
And then Christian Albers could celebrate.
I think it's the most important race of my career, you know. With this class of DTM, you know, the high class behind Formula One, I think it's great to win here in Zandvoort. And I think we are also really glad that that Zandvoort has a DTM race here. And yeah, we have to see next race.
And that does it for our coverage of the German Touring Car Masters in Zandvoort. The next stop on the tour, the final race weekend of the season at Hockenheim. We'll see you there.